Our play is Fantasy Farce by Bill Majewski. It's about the scene is a hotel run by a family with the people have fantasies. Their fantasies become reality. We shall see what happens when their realities and their fantasies get switched. Join us now where it all comes true. Refreshments will be served during intermission in the fire room. Thank you.
Be right here, Mom. Yes, Mom? Wondering if you got the rooms ready. Just finished. We're waiting for our visitor. Water pitcher, soap, towels, those coloring books, eye shades, and assortment of good luck charms. Fine. Next batch of Dr. Funkire's patients will be here in a little while. Fantasy Hotel. Dreams fulfilled while you wait. Made it up myself. Kind of like it. It tells a story. True, but we can't advertise. Unethical. Besides, we have this place overrun by weirdos. So true. You know, Mom, since I've come back from college, I've seen about 8 groups of these people from Dr. Kronkhauer. 8 or so, right. Does it do any good? I mean, do we help them at all? Here's a complete case history of every guest at the hotel. We do a lot of good things, I guess. We're not perfect. Nobody is. Yes. I mean, gee. Fantasies. We all have fantasies. I do, Jim does, Leona does, Godzilla, King Kong, even you, I bet. Yes, but I'm not telling. Perfectly normal. Now, as you get a little older, these fantasies sometimes dominate your life, making you, well, in Dr. Kronkhauer's words, they engender neurosis, causing sex episodes, antisocial behavior, and a complete inability to relate to the world of reality. Fantasies are fine. Just keep them in line, right? Right. And the person is sometimes highly exhilarated for having experienced this fantasy and returns to life pleased that he has actually lived his one deep dream. But what happens when it fails? Well, they occasionally enjoy the fantasy so much they try to pursue them when they leave the hotel. Really? One wealthy businessman wanted to be a jockey, so we, Jim and Leona, made him one. Great! He quit his job and tried to race horses, only he weighed 267 pounds. A 267-pound jockey? The Society of Registered and Cruel these Animals had him prohibited from riding. There's a picture of him in one of the papers. Horses stomach is dragged him. That's sad! He finished last every time, so he's back to being an executive. No, he would still race his horses in Africa. Last week he won the St. Town Derby by 6th length. So he made his fantasy part of his real life, and it worked for him. Right, so that happens, but not too often. And we're the only ones who provide fantasy fulfillment. Yes, it's a gift. My mother and her brother had it, and now Jim and Leona have it. The Mendelian skip-a-generation theory. Has something to do with heredity, I guess. My mother and her brother were twins, just like Jim and Leona. And it's successful only if they team up and work together. Don't ask me to explain it. Have they ever tried to fulfill a fantasy alone? Never. Both of them were scared about that. Did they ever try to go it alone? No. But it would be interesting. Don't even think about it. They're perfectly happy and successfully working as a team. Now let's get going. Our guests should be arriving soon. We certainly do meet some interesting people, Thea and Dia. Thea and Dia? Before fantasy and during fantasy. You learn a lot about people. It'll help when I go out and become a social worker. I'll miss you, kitten. The youngest is hard to lose, but I'll never stand in your way. You're entitled to a career. Not for a while yet. Marriage? There's no one in my life. There will be. There will be. Now let's get going. And here are the fantasy funksters now, bringing love to right. Jim and Leona, the twin titans of trickery. Ta-da! Glad you're so bright and cheerful.
Careful, it should be illegal before noon. Back in Kronkhauer's crank showed up yet?
Jim, it's too early for cynicism.
Okay, Elaine, it's just that sometimes I get tired of all the sickies filling in here wanting to be somebody else.
Maybe they've had tougher lives than you have. You've been pretty well cared and sheltered for. We all live pretty well. You wouldn't want to give up all this.
Yeah, maybe you're right, but boy, you do mean that.
An occasional oddball.
Like the guy last year who was the flagpole setter. So he made him a flagpole setter and he stayed with it when he left.
Who hires flagpole sitters?
Right, so he bought his own flagpole and went into business for himself.
Okay, you two. You've been doing wonderful work. Dr. Concar's reports are filled with praise for you. So let's just keep it up. It's our contribution to making the world a better place.
I guess you're right.
Of course she's right. Mom, what time are the guests due? Any time now. I'll stand watch.
How many this time?
4. 2 men and 2 women. Hope they don't give us anything we can't handle. You two haven't dealt yet. Here they are. Okay, usual positions.
Right.
Square away, please. Here comes number 1. Hi. Miss Esmeralda Whippy. Welcome to Fantasy Hotel. If you'd sign in, surely. This way, please. Just tell your story to them. I'm sure. I don't know where to begin. Just relax and tell us a bit about yourself and what you want to be. Well, I'm Esmeralda Whippy, 2E. I'm single, never been married. I stayed home with my parents. I had to. I was the only one left at home. Go on, Miss Whippy. Well, 15 years ago, I was the lead dancer in college when our college ballet did Swan Lake. I was prima ballerina. Prima ballerina? That's quite impressive. Yes, well, I was planning to go into it seriously, but then I had to stay home with my parents. Now they're gone. Sorry. Well, that's life, but I had some time and I had some money. And I was upset for a while, but Dr. Concar's been making me feel pretty good.
That's great.
Yes, well, I'd like to be prima ballerina again. Wonderful. I know it may be difficult. Age creeps up on you. Can't kick like I used to. That's about my limit.
How high were you able to kick before?
Oh, this high. Wow, I can't believe I did that.
Hot, but you have to believe.
That's part of it. Yeah, I see. Don't see any problem. We'll talk later.
Don't worry about it then.
Thank you. Thank you. First room on your left. You'd like to be delivered to your room. Thank you.
Hello, youngster.
Hi, Professor Amos Jean. Welcome, Professor Jean.
I didn't expect to be here. The life is filled with surprises. Wouldn't you agree?
Why, yes.
See, I told you. I've always said life is one big cracker box. It's a surprise for everyone.
Right.
Of course, the bad parts get second nature. That represents adversity. I don't think we can let that analogy slip by unnoticed.
And what is your fantasy, Professor?
Well, you might think it's a bit odd.
Now.
You see, I've always wanted to be Napoleon. But then I said to myself, Jean, why copy a guy who keeps his hand in his coat? Where's a funny hat? I said that.
Go on, Professor.
Then I suddenly thought I'd like to be a teapot full of. You know, see how the other half lives.
I'm getting worried.
Why?
You didn't understand.
Professor, what is your real fantasy?
Well, you see, my life is rather humdrum. There's lots of history professors. I'm good, but not great. I'll never go down in history.
I know I'll never forget you.
That's very kind of you, sir. You're a gentleman and a scholar, and you have a piece of land on your shoulder.
Professor, your fantasy?
I want to accomplish something that'll get my name in front of the public through the ages.
Such as?
Something I can tell my grandchildren, if I ever have them.
And how many children do you have?
None. That's what worries me about having grandchildren.
Professor,
I'm not even married. How do you like them apples? I want to accomplish something and get my name in the Guinness Book of Records.
that's admirable.
I know.
Anything particular in mind?
That's your department. I'll go along with anything. Anything reasonable. I don't want people to think I'm a loony bird.
We haven't done any loony birds.
That's good. Deserve that. Well, if that takes care of it,
All set.
am I free to go?
Yes, sir.
I thought I had one phone call.
See the locals.
That's better. No thanks, I'll walk.
Second room on your left. Have you ever seen anyone like that before?
Not since the Three Stooges.
Captain Weir. He's a nice man, a gentleman, and more important, he's a patient, and he's our responsibility now.
Nevertheless, he's going to be a tough nut to crack. Sorry.
Next Jane. Hi, Miss Betty Simpson. Welcome. This way, please.
Want to tell us a bit about yourself?
There's not much to tell. I'm just your average, ordinary phenotypist. Average job, average salary, average background. I guess all my life I've been, well,
Average?
yeah.
And what is your drink?
Well, I guess you think I'm silly.
On after the professor.
Go on, Betty.
Well, since I've been so average, I'd like to be outstanding, to be noticed, to be
Fond upon and looked up to?
right.
And how would you choose to accomplish this?
Well, can you help me?
We think so.
Well, I'd like to be a beauty contest winner. You know, walking down the runway, wearing a ribbon across my belly, winning college scholarships and prizes, and even a trip to Europe.
You'd enjoy that?
Oh, I would. I've dreamed about it for a long time.
We understand.
I'll say. Thanks.
Don't worry about it.
First room on your right.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Bob Ray.
All right. Bob Brand.
Hey, that's quite a reaction from Britain.
Yeah, she's usually so cool.
Want to tell us about it, Mr. Brandt?
Call me Bob. Bob.
What is your fantasy, Bob?
Well, see, I'm engaged to this young lady, and, well, it's actually her mother. See, she doesn't think I have enough drive, enough aggressiveness to work in the family business. Are they right? Well, could very well be. I'm not a very atrocious competitor. Just don't have that killer instinct business-wise.
I see.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm quite confident, fairly successful whenever I do. I just don't have the killer instinct to go for the jugular. What business is your fiance's family in? Brokerage. Very big in the business.
You don't feel up to it?
Oh, I think I can do all right. They don't, especially my mother. She's standing in the way of our marriage.
You want to show them you're mean and tough enough to do the job successfully?
Exactly. What did you have in mind? Oh, well, two choices. You know, private eye, you know, like Philip Marlowe, Sam Spade, stuff like that.
Or,
The Western Guts, you know, I knew, OK Crow, Bad Day at Black Rock.
do you have a preference?
No, I can't decide. That's another complaint they have. We don't like to choose for a guest.
We can make an exception.
I'd appreciate it. Sure. Don't worry about it. Thank you.
Second room on your left.
Thanks.
All in all, a pretty nice group.
What do you think of that last fellow, a gunslinger or private eye?
I like private eye. I vote gunslinger.
Thank you.
Who cares? Why, kittens, He'll be under his mother-in-law's thumb anyway. That's not like you, kitten. Give him a dark suit so he can be his butler and take orders from his future wife. Was it something he said?
More like something he didn't say, like, how about a date?
Is that why you're angry, kitten? I'm not angry. Besides, he's engaged.
Oh, struck a nerve.
Okay, let your sister alone. Can you handle the guest?
Don't see any problems.
Sure, it should be a piece of cake. Speaking of a piece of cake, let's go in the cafeteria for a bite. Fine, we'll start right after lunch. All right, Jim?
Sure. Come on, kitten.
Okay. Don't nag. No one here. They must be out for lunch.
I think you're out to lunch. No one's here. Actually, the place is empty.
I was only talking.
Stop talking and think.
You know, I don't like being pushed around all the time. I'm getting tired of always being treated like a pheasant.
Peasant. Brown.
Not a very fancy place, considering.
Well, they're not going to need fancy. They need quiet.
Yeah, well, that's an old chair.
It's a Louis XIV.
Yeah, it's too small. They should have got a Louis XVI.
Or a Jim Rose. Real Jim.
You really think so?
Oh, I do.
Thank you.
Fantasies. This is the only place in the world where they do that kind of stuff.
Dreams come true.
Think what we'll be able to do when we come your life.
Well, what if they won't give it to us?
They're not going to give it to us. We're going to take it, and then we're going to go. You know, we get the money, untold monetary accumulation, pecuniary attainment.
Money too?
What do you think I've been? Shh, someone's coming.
Who?
How should I know? So remember our story? Let me do the talking.
You always do the talking. Why can't I do some of the talking? You start. I'll be right with you. Have to get my desk.
Oh, sorry if we startled you.
Yeah, startled. Hi, can I help you?
Dr. Kronkower sent us over.
Dr. Conquire?
Yeah, I said we needed a change.
A good fantasy would fix us up, he said.
I want to be an acrobat, the world's finest. Love to get into headstand, tumbling, somersault racket.
Racket?
Yeah, I hear there's a lot of ready cash in pratfalls.
And I want to be the world's #1 debutante.
It's always been our life's ambition.
I want people to watch me when I walk down that main thoroughbred of town, walking one of those high-class dogs. A mastoid?
Mastiff.
Wearing glittery jewelry, sparkling, and just to the armpits and heavy breath. I don't see any other names here. Wonder why Dr. Conrad didn't send your names over. What are your names?
Jaws Mandible.
George?
Jaws.
And then Shark. And yours? Rose Hip. Wonder why you didn't send your names over.
Oh, he meant with a slightly twisted arm.
Nothing serious.
Not this time.
Well, maybe you're in the next group. Stay in touch, though. Hello? Oh, hi, Dr. Shankar.
Next group, lady. This group. And we want the English one.
What? The fantasy gimmick. I don't know what you're talking about.
We want to know what it is.
I can't, you see?
You will. Or you won't be coming back to your little fantasy hotel. Come on, Rose.
Leona! Time! Leona, you coming or not? Leona? Where could she have gone? Well, whenever you're ready, Leona. Connor? Becky! Did she kiss you?
Get out of here.
I turned my back on you for 1 minute, and you're off with another girl. John, I've got to have a talk with you. You've got to leave your lips for Leona must have changed her mind about having lunch. Went for a walk, I guess. Probably wanted to be alone to concentrate on the time ahead.
Yeah, she likes to get away by herself. She likes calls her complete fantasies. It's like a
You and Leona have a wonderful gift, playing fantasies to help others and fellows. It is unique. Amazing. Mystifying how it only works when you and Leona work together, Jim.
I can't figure it out.
Well, it's pretty near time for you to get started. Do you feel all right?
Yeah, no problems. One thing, kid.
Yes.
What do you want for your boyfriend, gunslinger, private eye?
Boyfriend? He's engaged to be married.
Don't let that stop you.
Besides, he's a mama's boy.
Decided that already?
Of course, he's not my type at all.
Well, sis, can't win them all.
Okay, you two. There's work to do.
Right, I'll get Leona and get started.
She should be around.
Leona!
Leona! Hey, here's her bag.
And the phone's off the hook.
I don't like this. I'm sure I heard a car drive up when you were eating. Check it out.
Just look. No problem.
I'll check again.
There, that's Leona.
Hello? Oh, yes, Professor? You did? Okay, we'll be calling you back. Goodbye.
Gene?
Yes, he's eager to get started. There's no car, but I'm sure I heard one, though. She'd never run out when there's an assignment. Unless,
Unless what?
you know, something happened.
What could happen?
Don't know, but we have to find her. Jim, you get started with the fantasy.
Never worked alone before.
You'll have to try. It's important to these people. Come on, kid, let's look around.
I have to have Leona with me.
We'll find her.
I've never soloed before.
You start. We'll bring her back.
Wait, I'll go with you.
No, stay here and get to work. You can't let these people down. Where could she have gone? I'm sure I heard a car before. We didn't see any. Now I am worried. She's never leave when there's a work to be done.
Never. Did I come back when we were gone?
No, you didn't find her?
No.
She'll turn up. Did you finish?
Yeah, I think.
Well, that's something cheerful.
You know, it's no picnic working alone.
Well, can we call out the guests?
Well, let's try it.
One in the other room?
One at a time as always?
Right.
Miss Betty Simpson, would you come in, please? Betty Simpson wanted to be a beauty contest winner. 1, 2, 3.
What are you doing, Miss Simpson?
Touching my nose with my eyes closed.
Why are you doing that, Miss Simpson?
Why, to get in the Guinness Book of World Records, of course. But you didn't want to.
Keep it up, Miss Simpson.
Thanks, I know I'll make it.
Look at that. Touching your nose.
With my eyes closed. You're doing great. Thanks.
What went wrong?
I don't know. I never worked alone before.
62. 63.
That's not her fantasy.
I know.
That was the professor's, wasn't it?
Right. He wanted to get into the Guinness Book of Records.
How could the fantasies get switched?
I don't know.
97. 98. Gee, she looks happy enough. 100. I did it! A new record! And we're your witnesses.
Great. I'm wondering about the others.
You're wondering. I'm the guy who lasts things up.
Come on, Professor G.
Professor Jean, would you come in, please?
She looks like a demented stork.
What do you think of this instance?
That was Miss Hippie's fantasy.
I know.
This is my back ache can do. Those babies don't grow on trees, you know.
Very good, Professor.
I know that. Dig this. Not bad for a man of 74. Of course, I'm only 33.
He is light on his feet.
Thank you, my dear. What do you think of this?
Just fine.
Don't encourage him.
He'll tire soon.
Catch my issue pay. You know where I got that step?
No.
My stepfather.
What have God?
Hello? Yes, she's right here. Mom?
My stepfather is a great dancer, you know.
I didn't know that.
He was famous. Bronco Nijinsky.
Bronco Nijinsky.
This was his specialty. Once he leaped so high and spun around so fast, when he landed, twisted himself 3 feet into the floor.
Hello? Oh, hi, Dr. Contower. You did? Who were they? Okay, thank you. That was Dr. Contower. He said he called her earlier to talk to Leona, but the phone went dead.
That happens sometimes.
He also said 2 people came to see him to find out how to get here.
And?
He didn't like their looks, so he refused. They twisted his arm and he had to tell.
That doesn't sound good.
What should we do next?
I don't know. Let me think. Go on with the show.
Professor Underwood-Bean, will you come in, please?
What's she going to do? The professor took her fancy.
What's the scam, ma'am? pardon? My secretary told me you had some trouble.
Secretary?
Terry, the blonde dunce, swallows your advice, and is well-employed. We are having some problems. My rates are $50 a day, and you pay the lowest. Oh, we don't want any violence here, miss. Esmeralda would be easy as a private eye.
Look at this, lady private eye.
Any objections, Shorty?
No, no.
Glad to hear it. Got me all messy here, my trusty 38 marked out from 45.
What do you think of that?
That's fine. I had a case like that once. The leaping keeper. Drove the girls at the YWCA crazy. First floor, second floor. Leave it again, Sam. And the third floor.
Dig this.
Last time I saw anyone dance like that, we had 3 days of rain. Sit down, twinkle toes.
172, 173, 170. A new record! I did it!
And where are your witnesses?
Great.
Remind me not to call you as a witness.
This place is a madhouse. And I caused it all.
Easy, easy, son.
I kind of like it.
I blew it.
It's not your fault.
But wrong fantasies. Are we helping them?
We'll see. We'll see. Are you expecting anyone?
Leona would have just walked in.
I asked you a question, blonde woman. You, answer the door. No funny moves.
Miss Slippy, we're not expecting 3. You think you're getting a little carried away.
Make one more move like that, and you'll be carried away.
Okay. Okay.
Limber, gotta keep limber.
Hold it right there.
What are you doing?
Quiet.
This is disgraceful.
Okay, for a minute. You can relax now, but don't sit down.
I'm Abigail Honeycutt, head of Honeycutts, and Flow. You've heard of us?
I'm afraid not.
I'm on Caboodle. My daughter Caitlin and my son Jim. We're brokerage, a big brokerage. This is my daughter Kipnis. Please, meet you.
We're looking for a young man.
Or a reasonable facsimile of the same.
Mother.
A reasonable facsimile of the same name, Bob Brent. Is he registered here?
Yes. Bob and I are engaged to be married.
Yes, he's here. That is the same as Schwab.
Bob's great. Forceful, aggressive, confident.
Sincerely doubt that nothing will change him. Certainly not this place.
Yes? I'm Kitten. Oh, how cute. Nice to have a nickname. Helps you stand out from the rest of them all.
Now just a minute.
Hold it there, Matthew. You don't make moves until I give the word. We're engaged. Really, Mother, can't you see Bob?
We want to see Bob. Bring him out, if you don't mind.
Certainly, Kitten.
Bob Grant, bring your tail out here, pronto.
The legs are the first to go.
What a menagerie when's feeding time.
You wait, Mother. He'll be fine.
We'll see.
I'm Bob Brand, the candidate for Miss American title. I represent the great state of California.
Wow!
Mother!
I come from San Francisco, where I attended local schools before matriculating at Discordant Tech, where I studied economics, free verse poetry, and read a few ballads.
You know, kid's good. Nice move. Nice move.
Mother!
I wrote my graduation thesis on theory of relativity, high-top sneakers, and amusement parks with special emphasis on bumper cars.
I play the piano.
Mother!
Or there's a car hop at Forest Lawn Cemetery where I wrote a tone poem entitled "They Took a Lot of Me Without a Lot."
I'm telling you, kid's got something.
Mother!
Now for the talent segment of our program, I'd like to recite a poem I wrote, Conversations with a Unicorn.
Go, baby, go.
The three of us were standing there in the corner of tomorrow. We laughed with bread and wine and milk. Beneath us there was sorrow. Her teeth did sparkle and one fell out. As she opened up her mouth, there is no joy in Midville. That's what I like about the South.
I demand an explanation.
It's a long story.
Well, Jim, the farmers needed it.
Hold it! Hold it!
Whoa, what is the matter with you? I will have you fired. Dismiss that creature. I can't fire my own daughter. Mother, let's find out what's going on in this asylum. I demand an explanation. Bob and I are going to be married. And if he's going to become part of the Honeycuts, he must learn to act like a Honeycut.
Perhaps if you could come back later.
Yes, we're having some problems here. This whole place is one big problem. Okay. Alright, I promise. But who was that? Mrs. Honeycutt and Miss Honeycutt, if you'll come back later.
Alright, come, Sheila.
But what about Bob?
We'll be back.
Thanks for the warning.
Who was that? That was some people. They're holding Leona for ransom. Ransom?
From us?
They want the fantasy formula.
There's no such thing. It's a mystery.
I know. Call the police. No, they said not to, and I agree.
I think you should call the police.
No, don't bother with the police. Not while Easy Esmeralda with me is here. Take that off. This is my type of job. Hey! You think you were right? Well, she asked for a half hour, and we agreed.
Maybe I should have stopped.
With her holding that gun? Old Betsy, going off in all directions. Lucky we all were shot.
Still.
We did the right thing. You did your best.
But if I hadn't lost up the fantasy,
Yeah, I told you, it's not your fault.
I tried and I failed.
When this is over, when we finally know that, you're going to have to take a little vacation. Right, you've been working too hard. And it's not like you to be depressed. A little sauerkraut will help. It's not depressed.
Yeah, maybe you're right. But first things first, and that's Leona.
Right. Do you think Esmeralda will bring her back? She certainly seems determined.
And how about the Honeycuts in there?
I don't care about the Honeycuts in there.
I don't blame you. She only puts you down.
I don't like her one bit.
She recognizes competition.
Competition? How can I care for a beauty contestant?
It's only temporary, and you know it's my fault.
He's not my type at all. I really don't care. Okay, you two. Let's concentrate on Leona and our guest. We owe them something. Right. How much time for Esmeralda?
Time's up.
I'll call the police. Hello? Police?
Hi, I'm Betty Simpson. I'm known as Peaches Melba, the toast of New Orleans. I sing, dance, and I'm a conversationalist in several languages. Oui, si, yep, and hi, y'all.
Look, Jim.
She got a real fantasy.
You came through.
My mission is to go to college and study pharmacology, etymology, graphology, etymology, and yodeling. Yodeling.
She's ambitious.
She got her true fantasy. That's the important thing.
And now for the talent spot. I'd like to sing a little number I wrote for you.
Jim, you're all right.
Thanks, kid.
Whenever I'm with you, I feel lonely. Whenever I feel lonely, I'm with you. When you're around me, I feel such solitude. When you're with me, I'm in a lonely mood.
That's a song.
She should have quit while she was ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. The quiz will be right over. I'm from Leavenworth, Jim.
You know, that stop and sneeze halfway through you may die.
I've heard that.
That if you yell fire instead of police, help come immediately.
I've heard that. Is it true?
I said it, didn't I?
He said it. I heard it.
Why are you telling us all this, Professor?
Oh, I guess I just can't keep it a secret. If a dog wags his tail, he's friendly.
Let's see.
Of course, it depends on the size of the tail.
True, I guess.
Fish is brain food.
Professor, you're giving us a lot of inside information.
I'm doing aphorisms. The Guinness Book will stay 10 hours record. I'll break it.
Another true fantasy.
See? You did it.
Only in a realm the house is bad luck.
Really?
Especially if you're sitting down. Or standing. Right.
I think we've waited long enough. We want to find out about Bob. Immediately.
Once you reach the dentist's office, pain goes away.
All right, go away.
The lady jest.
Where is Bob? He's not here right now. I can see that. You're going to explain. Well, you see, our daughter Leona. I'm not interested in your daughter Leona. We're interested in Bob.
Wear shoes in the house to hurt your eyes. And maybe scuff the floor.
Summon Bob Grant at once. So if he doesn't appear, I won't be overly dissatisfied. Mother! Are you going to explain? Well, we're having problems. See, our daughter Leona, she's... We would like to find out about Bob.
Hey, I broke the record. I'm in the Guinness Book.
Congratulations, Professor.
It's all because of you, my boy.
The man's mad.
It pleases me, Professor. It really does.
They're all mad. What is that fool doing now?
Aphorisms are rolling. Listen, bicycles are the single greatest cause of accidents in the country.
I didn't know that.
Aphorisms have important nuggets of wisdom. 5 in a minute is the record.
Mrs. Caboodle, as ever. My daughter is interested in Bob. She wants to see him. And why did he act like that? Like what? You know, like that. He felt like it, I guess. Felt like his Bob is a very masculine man. I know. What? Enough of this. We're going to be married. And if he's going to become part of the Honeycuts, he must learn to act like a Honeycutt.
Once you wake up in the morning, hang your head over the bed toward the floor, and you'll never go bald.
I want Bob back.
So we can work work him into our mold, train him, so to speak, to be a honeycut.
But you can't do that. A person is what he is. He has to live his own life. Be true to himself. How would you roll?
It is a quaint idea, but erroneous where wealth and prestige are involved.
But you can't manipulate others.
We honeycuts are wealthy because we manipulate others.
If you hold the conch shell up to the air, here's the ocean.
And only but good.
Into the ocean, or your bathtub overflowing.
I want
Stop. Great going, Professor.
This is madness.
I want to take Bob home.
Don't know if I can take that male beauty contestant prancing around our home.
It's only temporary.
Little lady got lots of crowd appeal.
You know it, Professor. Animal magnetism.
I have animal magnetism. Last week, 3 koala bears followed me home from the zoo. Too fast for you, sweetie?
Did you find Leona? No, but I was getting close though. What happened? Well, I was stalking, crouching, moving in, and suddenly I began dancing.
3 fantasies. On the nose.
We knew you could do it. But no Leona, no Leona. Dancers don't carry guns.
Got to be really long.
I'm going insane!
Leona! Leona! I'm sorry, they didn't harm me. Who didn't harm you? Let me catch my breath.
Take your time.
But hurry up. It's a long story. I want to hear. I don't. Where is Bob? Oh, you'll want to hear. Tell us, Leona.
Every 7th wave is a big one.
Well, he must get many who came in here. What? A man and a girl? I knew I heard a car before. They were Jaws and Rose.
Jaws and Rose?
Jaws must have been the one who called me here. Right, from a phone booth a couple miles from here. What happened? Well, they held me captive until this cowboy came along. Sliders right in. Handled just like that. Rescued.
Saved. Damsel in distress.
Right, just like in the movie. Wahoo! Bob!
Get out of that silly suit!
A dog barks worse than his bite.
Be quiet, you numbskulls!
Unless he bites you.
How are you doing, Bob?
Toxicology, man.
How are you feeling, Bob?
Not a scratch on me.
He was just wonderful. He pulled the gun and he took it away from him.
Shucks.
He was brave, heroic,
He was lucky.
And you were clumsy.
I slept.
Maladroit moose.
A cowboy. 4 fantasies in a row.
Where
Won't
you
be
going,
getting us
Jim?
anymore, man.
The police will want to see this.
You sleep with your head pointing at the door, you'll never get a headache.
I didn't know that.
True.
Great going, Jim. 4 fantasies in a row.
Hey, I broke the record. I'm gonna get a club.
Wonderful, Professor.
You call?
Yes, these two.
Is that all people do around here? Do those two. Sorry, ma'am. You should be. Your mother know you go around doing things like that.
You guys okay too?
They had these.
Nice.
He took it away from him.
Nice fun, cowboy.
Shucks.
Who was held hostage? I was. I'll need a statement.
Names.
I'm Jaws.
I'm Innocent.
Jeez. I feel something.
I don't feel like rolling or say anything.
Start from the beginning, please. I'm through dancing.
Oh,
don't feel like being a cowboy anymore.
Then get out of that cool outfit.
Mother, he became fierce and aggressive, didn't he?
They're wearing off.
I lived my fantasies long enough.
I appreciate, I can be a professor again, now that I did what I dreamed about.
I don't mind being so average.
I'm glad not to be me. I don't need to be a dancer to be happy.
I appreciate now I was, in the freedom of being, a whacked out, eccentric pedagogue.
It was fun though.
I couldn't stand it much longer. My legs were killing me. How are you feeling, Bob?
Oh, I think I'll be alright.
I'm happy for you. How are you feeling, Bob?
Okay. They all worked.
Great going, Jim.
You were a fine dancer.
Oh, well, thank you. And you did very well rolling.
Aphorisms?
Right, with aphorisms. But I'm through dancing.
We'll talk about that. Do you have any grandchildren?
I'm not married.
We'll talk about that too.
You know, if you count the seconds between a flash of lightning and a solid thunderclap, you can tell the distance in miles that the storm is away from you.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you for being nice.
Bowser here.
That was easy. I thought you'd go over me with a fine-tooth comb.
Place, that's people with a fine-tooth comb. No wonder I got a name.
If I'm so dumb, how come you're engaged to me?
Simple things, you know.
I'd like to thank you very much.
Entirely.
Now I don't really mind being so average.
You're not average. Not at all.
Oh, really?
You're far above average.
I am? You know, it's not my fault I got stuck with Mr. Maladroit.
Sure, one word you get right.
Then we wouldn't need money if you weren't paying your ex-wife all that acrimony.
Acrimony. I see things are back to normal.
When I first saw you, I said, wow, she's pretty enough to make me forget my butterfly collection.
I am?
You are. Why don't you come along with me for the winter?
But I didn't see anything.
We'll put our heads together and come up with something.
Okay.
Everything's working out fine.
You did a great job, Jack.
I got lucky. Next time you stay with me.
3 out of 4 back to normal. Feeling the better for it. Except for...
Well, Bob, let's get on with it.
If he must, then he must.
Come, Bob.
Yes, follow us.
Go ahead, kid.
Cocktail. Oh,
Take your best shot.
save them.
From a fate far worse than death.
Kids old enough to make up their own mind.
I don't know.
I'm pretty short.
He's really the first man you've shown that much interest in.
No, if he wants to marry into that family, we'll let him.
Well, Bob, we haven't got all day.
If you're going to be one of us, we have to get started breaking you in, right?
No.
What?
I said no.
That's no way to start off a marriage.
There's not going to be any marriage.
What?
No marriage.
Why not?
Because I'm not ready. I don't want to become part of the honeycut, arrogant and overbearing.
Bob, how could you? Mother, make him change his mind.
I told you, dear, too weak.
Too weak? Seems to me too strong.
Now you've got it. Got a taste of free thinking, independence. New frontier in the Old West. And let me tell you, I enjoyed it.
Great job, Jen. You gave him a new dimension. And style.
You ruined him!
Come, dear, there's nothing here for us.
Bye, ladies. If you ever out west, look up old gunslinger Bob Brand.
You're as sick as they are.
Ma'am, there just ain't enough room in this town for both of us.
Sick, sick, sick.
Beautiful. You're a free man.
Liberated.
and I have an eternal debt to the Caboodle family.
Just doing our jobs. Glad we can help.
You know, once you get the touch of independence, you don't easily like to give it up. True enough. Now that I'm a free man, think we could find someplace private to talk?
Well, go right ahead. We have work to do. We have to start planning for next week.
You know, when I first saw you, I said, oh, Lordy, there's my entire Christmas list.
Well, that's part of the game, isn't it?
Yes. Say, what do you do?
I'm a social worker.
Well, socialize.
And you're a?
Broker.
Well, let's go for broke.
You know, when I first came up here, I was a woods pussycat. Now I'm leaving an ex-cowboy with the entire kit and caboodle.
What was that?
I'd say that was a call of a liberated man.
Yeah, you came through and the chips were down. You're a true caboodle. Right. But now we have to start thinking about you getting away from me. You've been as down in the dumps that we need to rest.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Well, we gotta get those roses back in your teeth. Gotta get that big smile back where it belongs.
Okay, let's talk about it over something to eat.
Alright.
I'll get it. Hello? Oh, Dr. Kronkower. Oh, yeah, everything turned out fine. Oh, this for next week? Okay. Go ahead. Fella 6'5" wants to be midget for a month? Should be tough. We'll take a shot at it. Another wants to be the world's strongest man. One wants to be the world's strongest woman.
That should be fun.
And the fourth? No fooling? Really? Hold on, Doc. Why don't you two go ahead? I'll be in a minute.
Alright.
Go ahead. The guy with the blue cape and costume, right? Can change his clothes in any phone booth, right? Leap tall buildings in single bound, faster than a speedy bullet. Doc, forget that, dude. I'm taking advantage of myself. Tall buildings.
Thank you for being such a pleasant audience. Tonight, we would like to recognize again the seniors who are graduating this year. First of all, Andy Little, who was our student director. Then, I'd also like to acknowledge Bart Berkeley. Tracy Frederick. Lori Jansen. And we would like to acknowledge our director,